What's up, guys? It's Zenoyashu, and I am back with another video. So we're gonna talk about the big bag epidemic. Oh my goodness! Fried chicken, gravy, mashed potatoes. You gotta have the diet soda on the side. So what we got going on is that health is wealth. One of the most important things you can have is good health. And you can pay as much money as you want, but you can't buy good health. And so if you want $1 million, that's good, but if you can't enjoy it because of your health, that's even worse. So healthcare industry is making a lot of money. Granted, you have forces at B working against you. People understand that health is wealth. It's like a big chess game. You got big major corporations. They did an interview. They said, "Yo, there's so much sugar in everything. You know that's not healthy for people." Think of like Oreo, Nabisco, I think, and just Kellogg's. It's like, yo, the sugar's so high in everything. You know that's not good for Americans, your average consumer, right? How about you guys lower the sugar content so that your customer base can be healthier? Guess what the big corporation said? Nah. If we lower the sugar base, then they're just gonna go somewhere else because they're already addicted to the amount of sugar that we keep increasing every year. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep increasing the sugar. That way they keep coming back to us and we keep making big bucks. If they die, they die. So what I'm trying to illustrate is that these big corporations don't care about you, man. And these big corporations, like Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, they're hand in hand with the medical industry. So if you go to, let's do a little Google search, let's say the diabetes website, you'll see that a lot of the brands that are advertised, let's say if you go to hospitals, who are they funded by? Funding studies about Coca-Cola, they're pushing the hospital base because they have so much money. And so I'm not going to fund a study against that show how bad my own products are. So the health industry and the food industry are hand in hand. The food industry, you eat all this food, now you get fat and you're unhealthy and you have arteries clogged and health problems. Then you go to the hospital, and the hospital, instead of curing you, they recommend, how about you have a little less cereal? Cut off cereal completely? No, just have a little less. Have a little less and you'll be okay. So they give you instead of curing you completely, they'll give you continual prescription after prescription that will keep you coming back to them, because a customer cured is a customer lost. And so now I'm going to recommend you this pill and take this pill for life, and okay, eat as much cereal as you want, but just take this pill and lower your blood sugar and you get diabetes. And so health is wealth. And so my goal is to give you tips and tricks to increase your health. So by the end of this video, guess what? You're going to have new ways to improve your quality of life. New health tips. This is for anybody, universal, old, young. So I'm going to give you my experience first. I ran track. I ran cross country. I used to just run, straight running all the time. And you would think that does burn a lot of calories. However, I learned the hard way, you cannot outrun a bad diet. I used to get frustrated for not being as good as a runner as I could be, not knowing, I'm thinking that if I run hard, it doesn't matter whatever food I eat, I'm gonna burn it. Just thinking, think a little kid mindset, high schooler mindset. My mom used to tell me, watch what you eat. I said, Mom, what do you know? I'm running all these miles every day, full of testosterone. It doesn't matter what I eat, I'm gonna be okay. I was hard-headed. Had I listened, I could have been a better runner, had a better career, had I changed my diet. So you can't outrun a bad diet. So dieting and good health in general is 20% movement and 80% diet. So I hope I just helped a lot of you. So you guys, you're going to the gym, you're working out, you're getting good sessions in, and then you go home and you pig out. And then the mindset is, I earned it. I just worked hard in the gym, I was cooking, and then guess what? You don't see results. Because unfortunately, and yes, the general formula is calories in, calories out. So that the typical American diet, let's say your maintenance is 2,000 calories, and you are eating 2,200 calories, you're gonna gain weight. And maybe you go to the gym and you burn, let's say hypothetically, 100 calories. You are still in 100-calorie surplus. You're gonna gain weight. The formula is, if your maintenance is 2,000, you eat 1,800, and then you go to the gym, you burning another 100, you're gonna lose weight. But if you're eating 2,200, you're working out, you lose 100, you're gonna gain weight. And so, calories in, calories out. People say, "Oh, health condition, da da da." No, if you're eating if you're eating and you're eating less than your daily maintenance, you'll lose weight, and that's for everybody. That's thermodynamics. So I'm breaking it down, making it easy, simple for everybody. And so this is where people meal prep and like, "Oh, I don't want to have an eating condition." You have to be mindful of what you eat. Sometimes I remember, oh my goodness, eating a honey bun, that's 500 calories right there. Eating zebra cakes, eating all this. I got a sweet tooth. All the cakes and sugar and sweet stuff, and that adds up and piles on fast. And then you have little love handles, and all that sugar's getting stored as fat, and you're getting a little chunky. Back looking a little wide. So you have to change your diet. If you add salad every day for 30 days, guess what? You lose weight. You can chow down on as much salad as you want. You're gonna lose weight. If you eat things that have lower calories, and this is another secret, you can eat things with lower calories and you can eat a greater amount of them. As long as you track in how much you eat, you will lose weight. And so for anyone who's hit the plateau, you've hit a wall, you're like, "Yo, I'm just not seeing results." And guess what? A lot of people start dieting and they give up because they don't have the right formula. They go to the gym and they're not seeing any results, and guess what? I feel bad. So that's stress eating when things don't go your way. Now what you eat, you can still eat ice cream, you can still eat the sweet stuff, but look at the calories, look at the amount. If you having 150 low calorie ice cream and it's within your maintenance, it's within that 2,000 or that 1,800, you're eating there's a surplus, you're eating a deficit. I'm sure y'all heard caloric deficit. That 1,800, your maintenance is 2,000. So your first goal is to figure out your maintenance. Your second goal is cardio. So if you're new to this, maybe you never did a sport, maybe it's been a minute. You're heavier than you were when you did a sport in high school, and now you're in college and you ballooning up, you feeling a little big. We want something that you can do all the time. So maybe running and jogging is too much. Why? Because your knees start hurting and then you're sore. We don't want you sore to the point you're not going to go back to doing it. Something that you can do is just 30-minute hour walking. You set a timer, walk, got your podcast going, listening to music, listening to that YouTube video. 30-minute hour walk. Maybe you hop on the bike. We don't want to go too crazy that you're sore and it's to the point where I'm sore now, I don't want to go back to the gym. I'm sore now, I don't want to continue, body's hurting. Or I'm sore now, I'm going to pig out because I worked so hard. No, we want something that is maintainable over a long term. Maybe Stairmaster, you're not ready for the Stairmaster yet, you're not ready to run and jog yet. Low, you can walk. Walking, biking, boom, you can do that. All right, so another thing, it's gonna get a little complicated. Hold the rails with me, stay with me. So imagine a roller coaster going up. Whenever you eat, typically, there is a increase in your blood sugar. Boom, roller coaster goes up, and now in order for that roller coaster to come back down, your body produces insulin, and that insulin lowers your blood sugar. Boom, we just created a bell curve. Up, the roller coaster up was your blood sugar after you eat. The insulin produced, boom, going down. The higher amount of sugar there is in a food, the higher the curve, the higher up the roller coaster goes. You know, the highest roller coaster in the world is King Ka, goes all the way up. Blood sugar is sky high. And now you need to produce more insulin to bring it all the way down. And so diabetes is, guess what? You raise your blood sugar, but your body can't produce insulin. So you need to take, that's where you inject your belly with insulin. And so your goal now, especially in this weight loss journey, a lot of people switch to the carnivore diet, the keto diet, the paleo diet. And what that is, it's low sugar diet. You're eating straight up meat, you're eating straight up veggies, you're eating things that don't really spike your blood sugar. Because if your blood sugar spikes, that roller coaster going up, your body has to produce insulin, and insulin is fat storage and low. We want to keep our blood sugar low, healthy. Imagine back in the day, or in the caveman days, we're hunting things. We're not eating berries every day. We're not eating grains and wheat every day, eating rice every day. We're eating straight meat, veggies, whatever we catch, and vegetables, very low sugar. And so sugar has increased over time, and now we see a whole bunch of complications. So we want to limit the amount of sugar that we're eating, being very conscious of the amount of sugar we're eating. And then once you lower your blood sugar, there's less of a spike, there's less of an insulin spike. I believe that insulin is the storage hormone, fat storage. So now you can start burning a whole bunch of fat. And so another thing you can do is fasting, intermittent fasting. Common one is 16-hour fast, 8-hour window of eating. You're already fasting when you're sleeping. Hopefully you're not waking up in the middle of the night eating late night snacks. If you can't do that, then maybe your eating window is from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Let's say 12 o'clock to 7 p.m. So now you give yourself a window of eating, and when you start eating less, when you're not eating, your body gets in ketosis. Now it starts burning that stored fat. Your body, so when food isn't coming into the body, when you're not munching all the time, licking your fingers and eating good, now your body's like, okay, no food's coming in. We can digest everything properly, clear out some waste, and now we can attack this stored fat. We're going to use this stored fat as fuel. Now that's called going into ketosis. Instead of using carbs as fuel, which is in the body, we're going to use the fat as stored fuel. And a lot of people want to stay in ketosis, so there's a lot of benefits to going into ketosis. I'm not going to deep dive into it too much. You can YouTube and research, but my goal is to give you the tools to live a healthier lifestyle. So we got intermittent fasting. Boom. We got lowering the amount of sugar we eat. So you can eat more meat. Pause. You can eat more meat products, eat more fish, eat more vegetables. You can eat more of that and less of the processed food, less of the pasta, less of the carbs, less of the rice. Lower your intake on that. Eating more whole foods. And now we're walking more, we're cycling more, we're doing more cardio, getting that heart rate up to like 150 minutes a week. Getting that heart, that's 50 minutes for 3 days, and for 5 days, that's 30 minutes. If I did my math right, that would be embarrassing. But yeah, 5 days for 30 minutes, or 3 days for 50 minutes. Get that heart rate elevated. Zone 2, zone 3. Pump that blood, man. And so you have to take care of yourself. Health is wealth. And so before, you weren't doing anything. You go to work, come back, you veg out at home. Go to work, come back, you buy food at work for lunch, and then you come home and you DoorDash and Uber Eats, and now you're watching yourself blow up because you're not counting your calories. You're just eating what makes you feel good. And then you look in the mirror. Matter of fact, you don't look in the mirror because you don't like what you see. The old clothes, they start fitting a little tight. Now you're going up in sizes, and so you're overall unhappy. So my goal right now is to give you tools. You want better quality of life? You can wake up in the morning before work, get a 30-minute walk in. Get home from work, get a 30-minute walk in. Put on the headphones, get an hour walk in. Maybe you don't want to work early. After work, get a walk in. Maybe you don't want to do after work. Before work, get a walk in. Just walk in. You do that every day. Now you're watching what you eat. What the heck? 20 grams of sugar. Can of Coke. What the 104 grams of sugar. Go for the Diet Coke, the zero option. Zero sugar option. Now I know some people don't like that. Like zero sugar. I'm not gonna. I used to be against it too, man. I used to be, but if you're dieting, you just want to lose weight, you can focus on the quality of what you're having later. The goal right now is to get that weight off of you, and then you want to go all fruits and healthy and all that. Right now, our immediate goal is lose that weight. Better quality of life, losing the weight, some movement. Get some movement. You want to get to the gym? Don't go super heavy where you're sore and you don't want to go back. We want long-term sustainability. And so lose the weight and build a muscle. Maybe you want to build muscle and lose the weight. Right now, I'm just giving you tools that you can go forward and say, hey, my quality of life has improved. 3 months, I'm better than I was when I started. A month in, you say I'm seeing some changes. 6 months to a year in, okay, we dropped some, the old clothes is fitting right. And matter of fact, I'm buying new clothes. So before, you weren't doing any movement, minimal movement. Your mood is bad, eating whatever you want, and you feel happy for a little bit, but long term, just dissatisfied and sad. So now we're gonna suffer a little bit, so in the long term, we're feeling good. So I'm just getting you into the fitness door. We're getting our foot in the door, you know what I'm saying? So maybe you don't like one tip or trick, you like another. Maybe you don't like the idea of fasting, but you cannot like the idea of walking. Maybe you don't like the idea of walking, but you like the idea of eating at a 7 to 7 window, 12 to 7 window, 12 to 6 window. You're like, okay, I can do the fasting. Okay, now I'm checking the sugar and what I eat. I'm trying to get more protein in, as much as my body weight in protein. And now I'm doing different tips and tricks. Okay, I'm cycling. Feel me? And I'm doing an inclined walk on the treadmill. I'm trying to do something. I'm not buying out anymore, and I cook my own food at home. So I'm doing things that help me. And so everyone's a little different, but guess what? Calories in, calories out. Figure out your baseline and then work from there. So health is wealth, man. Average Americans obese. We're a big belly, big body. And so what we want to do is we're going to fight that. Less processed food. These corporations that's making money off us for being sick and fat, guess what? You just lost a customer. You lost a customer. More diabetes, insulin pills. They want us coming back taking pills Nah, we're not with that. If you get everything under control, you can naturally do it. Drinking some teas, going natural. They just lost a customer. We want to make them big mad. We just lost another customer. Why is he eating healthy? Why is she on the treadmill? She's losing weight. She's supposed to be obese. Her back is supposed to be as big as a whale. She was our customer. She had the CPAP. She was, them fat people things at Walmart. She couldn't even walk. She was using the scooter. Why isn't she using her scooter anymore? She's all healthy. She's not getting our pills anymore. Our subscription was making so much money off of her. She broke the matrix. He broke the matrix. That's what we want, man. And so hopefully there's something insightful. You take notes, watch it again. But I'm big into health and fitness, and I want you guys to be too. I'm Zenoyashu. Thank you for listening. This was another video. So hopefully you got some good takeaways.